Hey y'all, so today I took two trades and it is a green day. I did stop after my two trades according to my trading plan, and I want to walk you through the actual trades that I took after I show you on the screen those actual trades. So immediately after I took those two trades, I was content with the profit for today and very grateful it was a green day. So I said, let me go ahead and lock myself out. I did like look as you see on the screen. I'm like, okay, it went right back down, going with the trend. So I'm glad I got out early. Okay, so here you'll see me locking myself out. And one thing I do want to do is be more obedient and follow my rules. So I took those two trades, and I don't trade outside of the New York session because every time I've always lost. So I do want to stick with the New York session only for now. And so here you see me locking myself out until the next session tomorrow morning. All right, so now let's dive into the actual trades analysis and why I took these trades today. Okay, y'all. So the first thing I do is I go to my hourly time frame and I create my levels. As you see, my levels are all over the place to say the least. But I will be, updating this soon. But again, every morning I go and I check my hourly levels and I adjust them as need be. And I also check Forex Factory so that I'm aware of news. I do trade on days there are news, but I give it about 10 minutes before, 5 minutes after before I actually get into a trade. All right, so from there on my 1 hour, the two time frames that I look at mostly are my 30-second and my 1 minute. So here you see I took my first trade at 9:36 ish, and I have this vertical line at 9:36. Here I saw that price was breaking through this level. This is an hourly level, so I consider that like a break and close. And from there I'm saying, okay, well, if I have that break and close, my next level isn't until right here, way down here, so I have room to get into the trade. Being transparent, this is not a something that I typically do because I like to trade off of wicks, but I did take a risk in this trade. So on my 30-second with that trade, I saw the same thing. So again, 9:36 ish right here. I got into the trade. I wish you didn't have this little thing. So right here, you see the little, let me make it a little larger for us. Okay, I got into the trade right here where you see this short position tool, and I only took 8 ticks. So that was because I typically don't trade break and close. When I looked here, I was like, I don't know if it's going to go back up and retest and then go down. I wasn't sure. And I'm on an express funded account and I would love to get a payout, so I didn't want to risk it. On my 15-second, which is what I enter on, I saw the same thing. So after this candle right here had closed, I saw, okay, it's still going down. So I'm just gonna hop in and see what happens. So again, I got in where you see that short position too, only took 8 ticks. All right, the next trade that I have is here. I took this one around 9:38. So I go to my minute level again, my minute time frame, excuse me, and I see, okay, well here right at 9:38 I had a wick on this, at this structure right here. Let me show y'all. Let's do it this way. Here I had a wick. I'm referring to that one right there. I don't know what candles are called for real. I just know how they're supposed to look. So it was rejecting that line, this blue level, and I was like, okay, cool. Let me get in. This is according to my trading plan. It is against the trend, so I know that I'm not gonna get as much room, or I don't expect to get as many ticks if I'm taking a counter trend trade. But it did follow my plan and my rules, so I wanted to get in because I'm, don't want to have fear when I'm trading. That was my 1 minute. On my 30-second, at that same time, I saw again, okay, I have 2 wicks right here rejecting that blue level right there, okay? And another reason I was like, okay, I'm going to get in, but I'm not going to risk it all is because or be too, for sure on this trade is because my blue levels, these are not real hard levels. It's just more of me just making note of structure. And then on my 15-second, same time, I saw, okay, those same 2 little wicks rejecting, and then it went up. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go on and catch it up. And then if you notice this one right here, and my apologies if you aren't able to see this. I'm doing my best. I'll get better. But this week right here, also, that ain't even showing y'all now. But anyway, that week right before my vertical line here, it was like, okay, well, it's also could be rejecting that blue structure right there, that blue line for my structure. So let's get in. It follows my rules on all 3 time frames. I'm good to go. And so here, that was the trade that I took. I took 53 ticks off that trade, and it did have me in 39 tick drawdown. So that was a scary part. And on my live video that I just showed, I saw myself anticipating closing that trade out because I didn't want it to quite hit my $500 stop loss, which is again something I'm working on. All right, but it was a counter trend trade, so I'm fine with trying to get out early. I was just trying to see what I could get because it went my rules. So I'm grateful that I took these 2 trades. Yeah, and that's it for the trades that I took. And you notice again, it did go back into its trend, and I'm glad I got out of this one. Now, the thing is, had I stayed in that first trade that I wasn't so comfortable with because I was trading off a break and close, and let me show you the break and close again on my 1 minute. So this first trade that I got in right here, and I'm going to make my line a different color so you can see. Okay, this orange line, when I got in here, if I had stayed into this trade, I could have gotten about 398 ticks, okay, and I would have only had to have a stop loss of, it's showing a higher stop loss because I'm on the 1 minute, but let me show you. By the time I got in this trade here, what time did I get in? I got in here. Oh, it's showing a larger stop loss. I didn't get in this early. I don't know why it's showing that. I got in right here. Okay, so if I had got into this trade, I would have, and stayed in a trade, I would have been fine. Because again, it was going with the trend. It was a down trend, or what y'all call it, bearish. Price is going down. And then, yeah, I could have stayed in the trade. 38 ticks drawdown to make 384 ticks in, what's this? 8 minutes and 30 seconds. That would have been a good trade, okay? But either way, no regrets. We did our best today, and I'm grateful. So I will see y'all on the next video. Bye.